2 out of 4 impeachment complaints filed against Sara Duterte passed the preliminary test in the House of Representatives. Manny Villars and his family are subpoenaed over alleged violations of the Securities Regulation Code. Israel launches a new airstrike on Tehran, triggering more missile attacks from Iran. Overseas Filipino workers are stranded in airports in the country and abroad as Middle East tensions rise. And Eala earns direct entry to the second round of the Indian Wells Open. Two impeachment complaints filed against Vice President Sara Duterte passed the preliminary test in the House of Representatives. The House Justice Committee says the third and fourth impeachment complaints against the Vice President were sufficient in form. The third complaint was filed by clergy members and endorsed by Mamamayang Liberal Representative Eala de Lima. The fourth complaint was filed by lawyer Nathaniel Cabrera and endorsed by Deputy Speaker Paulo Ortega and Manila 6th District Representative Bienvenido Abante. This means these were properly signed, verified, and endorsed by a lawmaker. The first complaint, filed by progressive leaders and backed by the Makabayan bloc, was set aside after a 22-10 vote. Kiko Aquino D and his group Tindig Pilipinas withdrew the second complaint to avoid further delays and instead backed the third complaint. The committee will resume deliberations on Tuesday, March 3, and proceed with the determination of the substance of the two remaining complaints. Property tycoon Manny Villars and members of his family have been subpoenaed over alleged violations of the Securities Regulation Code. This was linked to a criminal complaint filed on January 30 by the Securities and Exchange Commission. The Department of Justice says the SEC complaint passed initial evaluation and will proceed to preliminary investigation. DOJ spokesperson Polo Martinez says subpoenas were served on Villars, his wife former Senator Cynthia Villars, their children Senators Mark Villars and Camille Villars, businessman Mark Paulo Villars, and other respondents. The SEC complaint focuses on Villars Land's public release of its 2024 financial statements, which reported total assets of 1.33 trillion pesos and nearly 1 trillion pesos in net income. In a statement, Manny Villars says Villars Land has, quote, consistently upheld the highest standards of good corporate governance. The Villars family adds they will respond to the allegations in the proper forum after receiving copies of the complaint. Israel launched a new wave of airstrikes on Tehran on Sunday, March 1, prompting Iran to fire more missiles in response. This a day after the killing of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei heightened tensions in the Middle East and rattled global markets. The exchange of attacks between Israel, the United States, and Iran disrupted shipping, air travel, and oil markets, raising concerns over higher energy prices and business disruptions in the Gulf region. The Israeli military says it intercepted projectiles fired from Lebanon early Monday, March 3, in what could signal the involvement of Hezbollah, a key ally of Tehran. US President Donald Trump says the strikes aim to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, curb its missile program, and eliminate threats to the United States and its allies. The Overseas Workers Welfare Administration reports that at least 1,000 Middle East-bound Filipino workers have been stranded at airports in the Philippines and abroad. This due to flight cancellations linked to the regional crisis. Department of Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak says he has directed authorities to assist all stranded Filipinos. He adds, the DMW has monitored no Filipino casualties from the recent airstrikes in Iran, noting that only about 80 Filipinos remain there. Meantime, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. confirmed on Sunday night, March 1, the death of a Filipino worker in the conflict in Israel. She reportedly died assisting a patient to a bomb shelter. Eala's career-high ranking has earned her a spot in the next round of the prestigious Indian Wells Open. The 20-year-old Filipina received a first-round bye in the WTA 1000 tournament, which begins March 4 after being named among the 32 seeded players. The first-round bye in tennis means a seeded player automatically advances to the second round without playing an opening match. Eala rose to a career-best number 31 in the world rankings released February 23 following her quarter-final finish at the Dubai Tennis Championships, another WTA 1000 event. All top 10 players are set to compete in Indian Wells, considered one of the biggest tournaments outside the 4 Grand Slams. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the wRap.